I'm always intrigued how they allowed hockey to continue to have that masculine energy. But when it comes to basketball and football, we kind of going in the opposite direction.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, they try to make the game softer and softer. I mean, especially both sports, basketball mainly, and then of course for football as well. Um, do you think that has a race component to it?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I mean, I guess we're going to peel the layers back at this point. We're going to get into it, right? You
Yeah, yeah,
got
yeah,
hockey.
absolutely.
Yeah, you got hockey, which is a predominantly Caucasian sport that, again, allowed a men to be aggressive and show their masculinity. And somehow, when it comes to basketball and football, which is dominated by us, Black Americans, we're taking away all the aggression and all the physicality when it comes to the sport. Now, I understand some of the physicality from basketball and football pertaining to the head trauma and things of that nature. And then basketball, they wanted a free flowing game, but we took it too far. I mean, in basketball, you can't even dunk on somebody right now and show some aggression. But in hockey, you can literally punch a dude in his face till he loses teeth, and that's a highlight on ESPN. So, so again, people have to explain that difference because we love sports because of the even playing field that sports entail, right? Normally, is no race component in sports. It's just made a best man or woman win, and then you are under the same rules. But somehow, when it comes to NHL, they're able to fight, which I said the sport is similar to basketball. If they have a reason to fight, basketball, we got reasons to fight as well. But somehow, one is considered a highlight when it happens, and then the other is considered you let your race down. You a thug. You are the lower end of society because you decided while you was competing that it was time to put hands on somebody. So
Yeah,
I don't understand the difference. One is on ice, one is on a basketball court or on the field, but all sports have a reason to actually fight. So why is hockey the only one that's allowed to show that type of aggression?
yeah, and to piggyback off what you're saying, football is more physical than both sports, right? It's like you literally trying to take a dude head off. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't tell me after some of those hits you ain't getting up ready to fight. I've seen dudes take some brutal hits. And again, if they react in that type of manner, the media then goes and paint them as thugs and everything, but everything else. And here you are as hockey, you know what I'm saying? And a dude gonna fight. And like you said, it's a highlight reel. It's a highlight reel. They applauding it, and it shows you got some toughness. It shows you got some grit. It shows you not gonna let nobody, another team, bully y'all or walk over y'all, or you get what I'm saying. So, and all these sports have what we called, or at least once before they started softening some of these sports up, have what we call enforcers. Basketball
Mm-hmm.
had enforcers. Football had your enforcers, right? It had certain rules, similar rules. Don't come down the middle. We understood that, right? With basketball, you come down the middle, you're going to get some leather laid on you. Same thing with football. Wide receiver go down that middle, he knew what was liable to happen, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it all had those physical components and regulations to it. I definitely find it intriguing that sport that's dominated Caucasian, they allowed to get physical to that extent. They're allowed to put hands on one another, and nobody look at it as a negative. Nobody is painting them as a thug the next morning. Nobody is painting them as a criminal. Nobody's painting them in none of those lights. You know, it just shows great that shit. They shake hands after. You know what I'm saying? They show sportsmanship after they fight. You know, so I find that intriguing how that's the only sport that that is allowed in. It says a lot about our country. It definitely
Yeah,
says a lot about our country, you know.
I
And
agree.
I'm curious if more blacks participated in hockey, would that rule stand? right? If
That's that,
if it started
that's
to
a good
grow.
question. That's a good question. I mean, look where they have taken basketball. And again, we know the rule changes was pertaining to the average fan to enjoy the sport and eliminate some of the physicality and allow the scoring to increase, which they've done that. So if you want to say that was the reason, then okay, kudos. They did a good job to get to that point. I said, but in regards to the rule changes of where it's at now, they are literally destroying the game. I said, you have big men holding the basketball, somebody guarding them with their face, and you got to worry about moving your arms, saying excuse me to his face to try to make a move. I mean, this is crazy. This has never been basketball. You get what I'm saying? Like, I played basketball. When a big man got the ball, they was taught to show those elbows. They was taught to do certain things which separated them from guards and forwards and things of that nature. That, yo, you in my turf, if you come in there trying to get aggressive, I'm going to show some physicality and make you think twice. But nowadays, they got to back off. If they make a mistake and touch a dude with their elbow or their arm, it's a flagrant foul and all of these different things. I said the game has gotten soft to the level of basically no return. So just to piggyback off what you were saying with hockey, just to make the comparison, we got hockey, the brawl with Florida and the Oilers, literally punching each other in the face. Everybody find a guy, punch him in the face. I mean, this is beautiful. I'm loving it. You get what I'm saying? I'm loving it. then I'm an aggressive dude. So I'm loving this because this is what competition is all about. Sometimes you got to put hands on somebody. It is what it is. In the moment, this doesn't mean you're a bad person in society or anything like that. Sometimes you are competing to a point that somebody goes beyond the threshold and you got to check it. And a lot of times that checking is with physicality. So again, you got 5-on-5 punching each other in the face and the mouth, whatever the case may be. And then we turn to ESPN for the NBA game. And dudes that made this a fashion show. We got dudes walking with purses before the game, and that's what they highlight. Like, you laugh. Yo, man, you laughing, but this is our reality now.
No, it's a fact. But look,
you get what I'm saying?
It's funny you brought that up. And this is what I was talking about with the narrative, right? Because here in the NHL, you got these dudes able to show masculinity. You got them able to beat on each other and punch each other in the face. Nobody call them a thug. Meanwhile, in the NBA, remember the reason why they changed the damn dress code. You know what I'm saying? It was like trying to paint this narrative of this is like a thug urban dress code. You know what I'm saying? Don't wear do-rags no more. Don't wear this. And then I understand they try to do it under the idea of professionalism, right? This is not how you would wear. This was not what you would wear to work, right? But I'm just going off of the simple point of one thing is clothing. Just over a dude clothing, you paint a narrative of a thug, right? And then we go to hockey and dudes is literally punching each other in the face and then getting applaud and clapping after the fight. You know what I'm saying? So it just shows the how we look at things in the stereotypical way. You know, in a stereotypical way. I mean, we could give an example of remember with Ron Artest, the fight that broke out. The fight that broke out there. We could just take a look at that, how they was painted in the news the next day. Right? I'm not saying you should be going fighting fans, but it just shows how it is acceptable in one society and then it's not even close to acceptable in another society. As soon as, I think black men show anything of aggression, anything of that nature, then we always got to tie this stereotype thing to them as being a thug against this, that, all this.
Yeah.
I